There are two kinds of people in this world. Those who don't charge their phones, and those who are just recovering from the panic attack I gave them. I'm not that mean. Since the cell phone became popular in the 1990s, batteries have gotten more than 10 times better. Despite that, every night I find myself with no battery left on my phone, stressing out about whether I brought a power adapter or a battery, asking some friends for help. Have you ever thought, it's 2024, my phone battery should last more than a couple of days? If so, what if I said that you could get 50? 50 days? My, that would be impressive. No, 50 years. Betavolt, a Beijing-based company, announced earlier this year that they're developing a nuclear battery. At the size of a coin, it uses the same technology that's powering the Curiosity rover. Wow, but wait, nuclear? Aren't nuclear reactors famously, super hot? Well, the answer lies in the name. Betavolt, the company, uses a beta-voltaic nuclear battery, which doesn't generate or require a lot of heat. Okay, but is that really safe? It might be hard to believe, but yes. Until recently, pacemakers used a nuclear battery right next to your heart. But if it's so good, why aren't we using nuclear batteries in our phones, in our everyday life? Is it just that people are afraid? Well, remember how I was telling you that batteries have gotten almost 10 times better since the 90s? Betavolt's battery produces 100 microwatts, about 10,000 times less for the same size than modern batteries. All of that sounds like a pretty big problem. Should I give up on my dream of having my phone charged all the time? Well, maybe not. Betavolt claims that by 2025, they'll be able to produce a battery that can more or less power a phone. Is that even possible? For a mature technology like nuclear power, it seems unlikely that they'd be able to achieve that much of an increase in so little time. But instead of making a 50-year battery, maybe they could make a 5 or 10-year battery, which would help them along their goals. Wait, why would that make a difference? For this kind of nuclear battery, the more power it can output, the shorter the half-life of its materials. This is what Betavolt was suggesting in its press release when it was talking about exploring other materials. Besides, this summer, Infinity Power in the US claimed that they had produced a coin-sized cell that's able to output dozens of milliwatts. This company and Betavolt have only put out press releases so far, so we can't actually test these things for ourselves or have any serious data. But if it's true, this is a pretty good rate of progress for 6 months. My phone is not going to get powered by a nuclear battery, so is this technology useless? No, and besides, if what we asked from our phones stayed the same as back in the 2000s, sure, we could power it for weeks, maybe months, without needing a charge. The reason that we're still running out of battery every day is that we're asking more and more from our phones. From running local AI to brighter screens and more powerful cameras, the trend has been towards pushing the absolute limits of battery technology and developing battery technology at the same time through smartphones. Okay, but what's the point of all of this if it doesn't run our phones? Well, nuclear battery tech is still super cool in general, but also for low-power devices in tough conditions. So think space exploration or underground mines, that kind of thing. That's the main application we'll see for them in the foreseeable future. But speaking of the foreseeable future, there's an episode of Tech Asia coming out for you very soon, and you should make sure you're subscribed so that you don't miss it. Until next time, take care.